Hey, my name is Jake Meeks. This is Fireside Technique, and today we're going to continue our machine review series with our good friend Ty Pilata. We're going to talk about the Scorpion by Ink Machines. I hope you enjoy it.
So this is the first tattoo pen that was built to be wireless. It's not like a Zion that has a battery pack that every time you turn your grip, the battery spins around, because your grip, if you're adjusting your grip like this, your battery is going to keep spinning around this damn thing. This thing, the battery pack clips onto the back here. Your adjustment for your needle depth is on the top.
I do like that.
Oh, it's super awesome. Let me show you on the magnetic version. It's going to be easier for you guys to see. So if you turn this back, you'll see that whole thing go in. You turn it down, you'll see that whole thing move again.
Show the audience what we're looking for.
So you're looking and watching this whole thing go up right now. If I turn this down, this whole thing goes out. So your length of your stroke is how much needle you have coming out of the cartridge is going to be set by this. When you throw a bag over top of this guy, this is a disposable grip. These are reusable grips here. If you throw a bag over this whole thing, you can still turn this thing very easily through your clipcord bag.
Yeah.
So even if you have this thing bagged with the battery pack on the back, this is super easy to turn inside of a bag. You don't have to take the grip off to change anything. You're not trying to rotate a grip on a machine you've got fully bagged to try to get the needle depth. Here, it's all right there, which is awesome. A couple things that set this machine apart from other machines. It runs standard cartridges or Neo carts. So standard cartridge setup looks like this. The Neo cartridge setup we have here.
Hold on, you hold the other. Here you go.
Looks like this. This is exactly like any other machine. This is where your plunger for your cartridge sits inside this. This little stroke knob here. This thing goes from hard to soft. That's the soft setting. All the way this way is the hard setting. It has an awesome amount of give, just like a Zion or any other machine with spring give. The travel on this give is great. And you've got a 4mm stroke on this thing that's fixed. If you want to use their Neo carts, they have a white magnet here, which is softer, which gives you more give. And they have a red magnet, which is a little harder, which gives you a little less give and more power. Your cartridge goes in here. There's no plunger on it. So the magnet that's hollow here sits on the outside of the cartridge and drives another magnet on the needles up and down. So it cycles with no contact because it's magnetic power. This is more like a coil machine than any other pen that's out there. It's super smooth, it's super efficient, it saturates fast and does very little trauma. You get great heels and great saturation with this thing.
Talk for a second about the difference in the grips.
Okay, the difference in the grips. Even though we have the standard cartridge adapter inside this grip here.
Let me interrupt real quick. It comes with everything you need to make this, if you want to use standard cart. So it comes set up for the Neo carts, which is their
you
proprietary
you can buy it from them and select whether you want it set up for standard cartridges or Neo cartridges.
Okay, but they'll send you what you need to make the conversion.
They send you the kit and all the tools that you can change it to whatever you want to change it to. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, even if you're a novice, to change it from one to the other. So if you decide one day you just want to use standard cartridges, 3 minutes of your time, not a big deal to change it out. What you do want to know is going into this machine that there is induction that's caused between magnets and aluminum. If you're going to use this thing with standard cartridges, your aluminum grip is fine, your disposable grips are fine. This one grip works for both Neo carts and standard carts. There's a tiny little plastic piece in the back here, if you can see it moving around in here. If you're going to use standard cartridges, you take this plastic piece and you snap it into the face of the grip, and it's super rigid. There's no play in it, there's no slop in it. You snap that thing into place and all your cartridges fit perfect as if it was a grip that was made for it, because this piece is made for it. If you're going to run Neo carts, you just take that piece and you throw it in the garbage with the packaging and just use the standard grip by itself. This grip, it's soft rubber. It's a very soft rubber. and it sticks to your gloves really well. It's an awesome grip if you want to use a disposable grip. If you're going to use a reusable grip and clean it properly, you need to know that with NeoCarts, there's induction that causes a little bit of heat and power loss. It's called the lens effect. If you look it up on Google, you'll see that magnets react with aluminum, even though aluminum isn't magnetic, and it will cause a little bit of power loss. And they say it's less than 10% power loss, but you will notice that your machine hits softer if you use an aluminum grip with this magnet than this stainless grip. So if you want to get the full power out of this machine using a cord, you want to use a stainless grip, which they sell.
With the NeoCarts.
If you're going to use a standard cartridge, the grip that comes with it, this one, is fine. They also make one that looks more like this. That's a larger grip that tapers out in aluminum, but they only make this one in the stainless. So any grip will work for standard carts. If you want it to hit softer, use an aluminum grip with the NeoCarts. But if you want to get the full power and potential out of the machine, buy this grip or use their disposables.
So it's a specific reaction between the magnets and the aluminum.
Yeah, it just it slows down the momentum of the machine, causing power loss, and that induction causes a very small amount of heat. But you wouldn't notice the heat much because it's not like a coil machine where it actually gets hot.
Yeah.
If it got slightly warm, it would get slightly warm. You might not even notice it once it's wrapped. But you're going to notice the performance is the hit is a little softer if you're going to use an aluminum grip.
Gotcha. And we've been talking, when we're together, we talk a lot about machines, and you're way more of a machine expert than I am, which is why you're doing this and not me. But you've been really high on these machines. I've heard you talk higher, or talk more positively about ink machines than basically any machine. You think their engineering has really set itself apart?
Dude, their engineering is really amazing. It's world class. Like, if somebody grabs this thing from Ink Machines now and they buy their full battery kit and they buy everything here, and they try to reproduce this machine as a clone or a knockoff, they're not even going to come close. The technology and the engineering in this thing is so high end that Ink Machines themselves, they're barely making it, which means you're not going to be able to buy this machine as a knockoff any cheaper than it is from these guys. I truly believe their markup is small enough on these things that no one doing a knockoff is going to make it anywhere near as good a quality. It's not going to perform as well, and you're going to end up burning out a motor or throwing it out. This stuff is definitely world class. If you look at it, you might say to yourself, like, holy shit, that's like way too many moving parts inside this thing here. But the way they designed this thing here, it's very hard to see on this video. But this is a sealed bearing up here. Nothing can get up inside to this motor, and they have in the sides here where this swash plate hits these side plastic bars. These are all ceramic bearings, and they're extremely high tolerances. It's a very expensive product that they're producing for a very little bit amount of money for us as a consumer.
What does
That's
this machine
designed
do?
to last a very, very long time.
Yeah. How much are these machines new?
They're $540 US about.
Yeah.
I believe maybe $600 US.
Yeah.
I think they're $540 in euros. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what's going into this thing for the amount of money they're selling it to us for, and it's designed to be very reliable and just extremely high-end components in this thing. It's going to run for a very long time.
And it does accept RCA or clip cord.
Yeah. It's the only pen that actually takes a clip cord.
Yeah.
And if you're going to use a clip cord, that's awesome. But I still think the RCA is a better way to go. It stays out of the way. The clip cord's kind of cumbersome. If you're going to be lazy enough to use just a clip cord for your coil machines and then jump onto this, he gave you that option. But you might as well just buy an RCA cord and get a clip cord adapter.
Right.
Pop that thing off when you're ready to use your pen and use the lighter weight cord that stays out of your way.
What do you use this machine for mostly?
Mostly for shading. I'm not going to jump on board with anybody and say, like, hey, I'm 100% in and I can do everything with one machine. Everyone can do everything with one machine. You're going to line better with a coil machine. You're going to line better with a Dan Kubin than you're ever going to line with any pen-style machine or rotary machine. If you're pushing a small line, you can do that with anything. If you're getting into larger lines, you need something that's got that force. This for me is a color machine. I'll use it for black and gray, but if I want to do detailed black and gray, it's not my favorite machine for black and gray. I love it for color.
Scorpion! Get yours at the hot link below. There's no link below. You can't buy it here. You have to go to their website to buy one. And we don't care if you buy one or not. We're not trying to sell it to you. We just like to hear ourselves talk. It is a pretty cool little machine though. I actually bought one of those 2 machines that Ty was showing off, and I've been using it. This is it. I've been using it for, I don't know, 6 months or so now. And I love it as a pen liner. I really do. It lines way better than my Cheyenne pen. I don't like it for soft black and gray at all. I haven't been able to get it to do really buttery, smooth little gray blends, but I do like it for solid color. It's really nice for that. It runs nice and strong, so it has its uses, and then other machines have their uses too. That's the reason we're doing all this stuff. So unfortunately, this is the last episode of our machine review series. If you guys enjoyed it, I would love to do more along these lines, but I need you to let me know. Next time, I promise we'll have better camera setups, better audio, better lighting, and we'll try to make it look cool. We just were kind of doing that one off the cuff. So thank you guys, as always, for supporting the Fireside Tattoo Network. We love you all, and we will see you next time.